Hello, welcome back. Last time I entered Flavesco Forest and learned about the mist. Now I'm just kind of in the middle of nowhere, trying to vaguely go this direction. What is my current goal? I know I picked one, but I forgot what it was. I have 2 yellow keys, and I could use one right now to open this door. To get closer to you. That would immediately get me an opportunity to get some more health there if I wanted it. Mud babies are about as cheap as they're reasonably gonna get anytime soon. So let's see, killing those 2... Do I want to need this key now? Not immediately. Anyway, so I haven't been that way. It doesn't... Unless I specifically want this health... Or... No, unless I specifically want this health. There's no reason to open this door yet, until I have something of blue. Which is in whatever room this is here. 2N3W. To get to this... I will need to fight a puff. To fight a puff... They are mist-proof. I'm just going to take a whole lot of damage, pretty much. 7 more attack would make that a decent amount cheaper. Actually, a whole lot cheaper. Alright, 7 more, so 60 attack at least before fighting Puff would be ideal. Okay, so, but before that I need a green key. To have one of those. One option to get one of those is to reload back to the previous level and not spend on those, like, 4 stats that I spent one on. That was likely a bad trade and maybe why that guy got so judgy about my key stats. But here's a green key. Is that the only one currently available to me? A lot of yellow. Not seeing any other green. Okay. So then, if my immediate goal is you, before doing anything else, let's find out how you would look if subject to a bit of mist. If I can even live that long. I'd have to fight all of these. And then you, like this. So you got on a 320, 240 actually. 240 is not so bad. Okay, so just doing that exactly as is right now... Oh, this is also an option. But doing that exactly as is right now puts me at 789 with the green key. I also gain 2 attack. Okay, that's a lot of health spent. What are the main ways I could improve that? So 3 more before Evil Eyes. 6 more before goblins get better. Number of hits is largest with the goblin. Although Evil Eyes get at least 1 bonus hit. Right, okay. Or I could just trade a yellow. That may be worth it. If I would open this immediately... I'd be faced with a puff pretty quickly. Going this way would make me defenseless against it, which would be terrible. Let's see what that would look like, actually. Alright, so short-term experimentation. Just to see if that's even remotely worth considering. My current assumption is no, but I need to check. Oh, that's barely does anything. Never mind. That is so unimpactful that that's clearly preferable to fighting the tar baby. Okay. So, defenseless against Puff, not so bad. And if I could get 7 more attack, it'd be 200 better. Well, since I'm standing here, let's keep speculating. Yeah, so rush ahead, get the information so that I know what's happening. I don't have to fight you right now. If I'm doing short-term things, I probably should have taken these before I... Oh wait, I can just do that now. Oh, okay. Should have done that before I did the rest of the room. Okay, so I do need something yellow to get in there. What's the easiest something yellow? Those aren't too bad. There might be better ones. Yeah. So through here is a bunch of place to spend money. Another green door leading north. Green key here that I can take but can't get back with. Okay. So yeah, a green key would let me skip a substantial amount of stuff. It may be worth going back to the previous level and not having spent what I spent. However, that's like only slightly less short-term thinking than what I was using when I spent it. And it's impossible to tell which is going to be the right... Oh, it goes blub if I step against it. Can I just snag this right now? With a little more money I could. Right, yeah, so I don't have to get this one. There's another on offer. That could wait. Can I get this right now with stats as they are? If I do that, and this, that's still not enough to miss the golem. If I do this and this, that's not really better much. Yeah, no, I'm just dead if I touch anybody here. Okay. So if I just get some money, how much does each thing have? Not that much. I would need 40 to buy this. Okay. So I think that's as far as this speculative run can go. Every run is speculative until I finish the holds, and even then maybe. So, okay. So I see the joke here. I could use a yellow key to get some attack, and a yellow key and fight an evil eye from the back. If I fought one from the front, and then one from the back, I could have all these things. If I fought one from the front... No, if I don't fight both of them, I don't get the full rewards. Okay, so... Immediate goal, if I want to do this for real, is to get this key in a more real way. So... I do want to fight you. Costs me a lot of health, though. There's a relatively cheap yellow there. So I need evil eye fights to be less expensive. Alright, I need power gems. That's the main point of this, really. I need those power gems. Oh hey, that's nice. Or I could just exchange right now. I'd rather wait if I can, because that'll keep getting cheaper. There's a nice health exchange there for that tar baby. Oh, opening this door gets me that gem now. Here I go spending my money again. Like, I think this is what's getting me in trouble. Like, my main thing is, like, I'm just looking at Greckles as disposable, when they're just not really. Open that to snag these two things. And, hold on, if I'm doing fights anyway... No, you would end up getting misted if I would... Alright, let's look again at this room. So say I'd open this. Fight you from the back, fight you from the back. I still would need to fight the tar baby anyway. So that Greckle gate saved me... Alright, so 1089 here, 18 Greckles. Compared to doing everything the other way. Bad order. better orders like this. Is it? Then I don't have this attack, which doesn't make a difference, so yes. $804, 38 Greggles. So yeah, again, since I've been undervaluing Greggles so much, I think this is the better way to go. Keeps more money in my pockets. Doesn't cost that much. 884 with this. Let's say for now that that's what I wanted to do. But are there upgrades that are worth considering prior to that? Like there's this, which is a lot of attack, which is nice. But I have to fight a puff for it. And that's exactly the sort of thing I'm getting the attack for. Yeah, so in terms of stat upgrades, there's just not that much available. Thresholds I'm trying to hit. Evil eyes need to get better. Evil eyes need to get better. One more and they will be. I want to reload one more time. So minimum number of fights that will be helped by power gems to get 3 more attack. Puff is 7 more. Do I think I'll get that 7 before I want these things? Well, no, I always want those things. There's that 4 attack here. I'm going this way anyway. I'm not getting 7 first, so this is probably the spot, but I need a green to get in here. Therefore not helping with this problem. So let's try an order that's something like... Let's see here. This... Then that... That... You don't improve any further with... You do improve further with +1, but I don't have the green thing yet. If I spent this, I could snag green without anything else. Like, that is an option. I'm back in this state where, like, no choice feels right. So I just kind of have to make one and go with it. So current inclination is to do this. 800. That wouldn't quite kill me. But it kind of hurts a lot. Oh right, remember, as soon as I come in here, this is my first action. Unless I want to fight you first and take that prize, because otherwise I'll have to pay for it later. So 532 to save 20 Greggles, but lose this much health. And have the attack bonus now. Well, that means I can't go in here right now. So if I would go for some... Okay, I should have... Wait a second. Oh yeah, let's do wait that second. So this is what I should have done a long time ago, maybe. Or at least do it now. So health and a bunch of defense. That is a pickup that I just did not notice was there. Which will help with a lot of things. Okay, so now get the green thingy. Why am I looking over here? Because I saw something and I wanted to put my eyeballs on it. Okay, so wait, remind me. +3, yeah, still the same +3. And I won't have that before I have the green key, right? The only avenues for that are This, which is horrible. This, which is expensive. That's only 2, and there aren't any others. Except, if I do this now... I could open that, take that, and turn around without fighting any of those. And take those gold keys later. So I'd spend 1. The theory would be maybe these would be close to free by the time the level is over. And how would that happen? That's not going to happen. I won't have that much attack or defense. So those are still going to cost a fair bit by the end of the level, I'm almost certain. Yeah, how much exactly is that? Okay, Tendry, really? You don't path to avoid that carefully. So 3747. If I did this, I would end with... So I took 930 damage, I think. $930. Damage taken for a yellow key. This trade gives me 600 health for a yellow key. So let's use that as a baseline measurement and say that that means... Well, no, I got 2 yellow keys. So yes, if that's my baseline measurement, it cost less than 1200, which is twice this, to get those. So measuring that way, it's worth it. Okay, so I now have that power gem, which won't help in this room because I'm doing things in this order, but it'll help with every future Evil Eye after this one. Alright, so it looks like this is the order I'm going with, at least for now. Green, open. Now, I'm going to commit to this with a quick save. So, first action I do when I come in here is this. That is certain. What's uncertain is whether I fight the goblin now. 518 to save. That many Greckles. I think that just barely doesn't work. So I should use the Greckles later instead, is the theory. I don't like that. I'm gonna do this now. So now you... Okay, so 300, 116, 800. Now, I've done this before. I had more yellow keys than were strictly necessary there. Alright, so wait. I have this blue. These little caches are available if I wish to spend yellows on them. I'm not sure if I do. I'm gonna step on this. So I have a lot of money. This means I can now just buy my way to that and see what's to the north. If I'm doing that... I would like to load what I just did. How do I... Flavesco Forest Late Shop. No, I'll load that manually. I might want to reload from my previous quick save.
I was just thinking, I wonder if we can block the vents with these mirrors. If you could help push them onto the vents, we can track my theory.
Alright, so... Vent blocking with mirrors. That's a thing. She thinks, maybe. That's regular water. I don't think that's what she had in mind. Alright, the answer is yes. Do mirrors erase mist? No. Do mirrors stop propagation if they're on mist? Yes. It worked. It worked. Does it not count if I allowed one of them to... Or does she just not care? It worked. I guess she doesn't care. Map.
Wow, this map is very detailed.
Full info map. Great. Okay. Okay. Not detailed enough to show me what that is. So no inspecting wiring unless I'm actually there. Well, sure, it's not drawn on the map. What's this room? Well, I've never been to it from another angle. That connects to... Okay, so I'm here right now. Kinda wish this minimap would update for what I'm looking at. That's fine, it doesn't have to. That would let me look at... No, that's just for here. So here's blue key. Fight one goblin, open a yellow door. Fight some tar babies, an unmisted... No, that will be misted. A misted golem, there's a place for me to stand to not be. I don't think the same is true of this goblin. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I'll have to be defenseless for you. And you. That's fine-ish. Defenseless against Puff is not the worst thing. It's not great. And I have to pay to get out. I can also fight these extras to make the... Oh wait, I can block the vent. So losing the benefit for the golem, but losing the anti-benefit for these two. Okay. So then, up here, that's where the blue door is. Rock Giant boss. 450, 120, 80 defense. Okay, the vents clearly will be crucial here. So fight enough puffs to get a bit of miss in here. That's... Wait, with that number of vents, does it go faster? Ooh, look at that fancy thing. That's nice. And then... This is the treasure crypt for this floor. Got it. Construction workers and a checkpoint and somebody who will judge me. Got it. If the first judge wasn't happy, subsequent ones probably will be even less so. That's my prediction. I'm having a strong temptation to reroute level 1 and do better there before moving on. That would make everything smoother here. I should probably do that. It's kind of just how a magic tower goes. Like, I can limp forward and see what I can get here. Well, first of all, let's try and be a little more official about this stuff. So I want to restore this. That's a lot of buttons. I think everything up to this point is currently canon. So I can purchase this green key, which doesn't do that much for me. I can spend to get access, then each 20 Greckles gets me to attack after that. If I were to assume I will be picking those up, I should take them as early as I can. Unless I have other plans for my Greckles, which currently I don't. So 8 more attack makes a big difference to lots of things. And let's imagine I'm also going to be taking these, because, like, where are their yellow doors? Here's one in the way of the blue. Here's one in the way of a bunch of power, but it refunds itself as long as I have the health. Sorry, a bunch of defense, actually. This is interesting. I mean, obviously this is wired to that. It's the only thing that could be. And that too. Right, I'm querying what I need yellow keys for. Not much. So if I delay this door opening until I've gone into 5N4W, and traverse the whole gauntlet here, which costs a 20 Greckle entrance fee, and a lot of health. then I won't have to worry about other yellow things. There's like a lot of yellow keys still available just all over the place. Right? There's a few, not actually all that many. Okay. I should probably do this now. I should probably do this soon. Okay. Let's say I did that and this. Let's save and say I did that and this. Are those bad trades? Hard to tell. What's a bad trade? Just depends on the situation. I'm gonna wait on that one. I'm going back because I want this key? Right now? Is this the time? No, I'm going back because I want this health. That's what it was. And why am I picking up that health? This trade is pretty alright. Slightly better than that one. I can do you when I feel like it. Okay, I'm not super clear on what my goals are. Key I need is green. There's one here, if I want to do it the combat way, and I do because that comes with stats. So if I were to do this, I'm not going to improve that significantly before going here. Now I could go the other way around. I think the implied optimal way to do this... here. Checkpoints. There are none. The closest was... Rock Golem. So I don't care about the power gem yet. Doing things in this order gets me an easy fight with you. A tough fight with a puff, but still for a profit. And I won't be able to cheapen this goblin. So 600, if I do this now, then I can do it. If I wait... Well, you can get cheaper if I have defense. If I have defense. So I can't currently access those potions. That might be okay. Because if it's just for health, then I should delay it. Yeah, if it's just for health, I should delay it. There's no other green doors I would be opening realistically than that one. Yeah, I'm not opening that, no way. I do want this stuff. I do want this stuff. That's not, like, the most unimaginably pricey thing to get. I think I have a way to get that now. Where's the spot I'm thinking about? The spot I'm thinking about is... here. That's not gonna work. I mean, I could. With... Wait, yeah, so that's 40 Greckles for 2,000 health. An okay trade, probably. Well, I know I'm opening this. This gets me some health. Let's do it now. Antlions, you'll improve with defense, which I would be getting if I go this way. No, this way. I don't have the health to do this now, so I'd need more. I could take this. Sure. But then these costs get modified by that. Let's see what this would look like if I did it in... I guess that'd be this order. Oh, I can't fight both of those cheaply. So I would take that, which is kind of bad. So only 135 for that. Yeah, there's no reason not to fight you, since I take the same amount of... Ah, there's one. No, there's not. I can just walk back out and fight you whenever I want to, or not. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. That's probably been true for a while now. So can't fight Puff right now. That's worth 600. There was a slightly better value somewhere. That's a 600. That's a little more than 600. So if I did these things, I get a lot of power, and that's pretty nice. Is it though? What's it helping with? Nothing at the moment. So I could block this, and I should. Unless there's a better way to do this. Wait, hold on. So if I leave those unblocked... So I can't get that antlion misted before I deal with it. That's what I was trying to figure out, if like this one could be cheaper. Yeah, they have a little bit of defense. Not much, but a little bit. I suppose there's also the question of... Yeah, it blocks that way, so it doesn't have to be directly on top, of course. Alright, so that Puff is standing in my way. So buy the green key, take the potion from it? Possibly? Let's imagine that's what I did. Unknown path, sure, of course. Before I look at that... Are there things I want to do elsewhere? Things would include power-ups that I can actually pick up. No, there I've swept up all of them. So with all the power...
This map is very detailed.
So I want the blue. I do have the one yellow. Right, so the idea was I would go this way first. Do this when I'm ready for it. Is that now? Would those stats help me? The defense, of course, would. The attack would not. This is a lot of defense. Let's try and get that and see if that's possible at all. So pay the entry fee. Fight that, get a little bit of mist out, stop it from going any further. So I guess what I would do is you now, then you. Now hold up. Wouldn't it be better to do this order? Because I'm still behind when I'm here. Yes, okay, so that's stepping off of there, delays that fight until I have the defense, improving that situation. Alright, I'm alive. Not alive enough to claim that health right now, but I am alive. And I have that key. I could get in here. Not back out, though. Okay. So doing things that way, this is about when I run out of health. So what are my options for refilling it? Do I have any? There's this. Sure. I'd go this way. Here's a big health I'd like, but it's a little hard to get. Here's a stat I'd like. It's a little hard to get. Oh, I spent the yellow key that was allocated for this door to get my health up. That's what happened. Alright, I'm on a dead-end path. I think the correct decision here is to reroute Homeland. Just basically start all over and get better stats now that I have knowledge. Just so that this is less of a constant struggle for survival. Yeah, because again, if I just take a little bit of time now to optimize things in my favor, then I can theoretically get ahead of the curve and just have a more reasonable time later. Alright, so that was a speculative run into Fluvesco Forest. Next time I'm going to go back in time, redo level 1, and try and get out of there with some better stats probably.